Good morning everyone, how are you all doing? Today's video is something a lot of you have been waiting for, and I mean a lot. I consistently am still getting comments asking me where on earth is Roblox VR? What's happening? And I finally have some brand new news for you, and you're gonna like these, as well as having information on Meta finally wanting to kill off the Quest 1 and a bunch more things, like a big upgrade to your Quest 2's wireless PCVR capabilities. So what is up everyone, I'm Mysticle, and today I'm bringing you the latest in XR news. Let's get right into it. First things first, Roblox VR, I believe that's what most of you came here for, so let's jump right into that. The Verge has reported on a hearing that Roblox is in the works for release on Quest in late 2023, so it doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon, but this does actually correspond with the fact that we will supposedly be getting a Quest 3 later on this year, which would be a great time for Roblox to release to the Quest platform. Editor Alex Heath launched The Verge's Command Line paid subscription newsletter last week, with a mention of hearing that Roblox is planning to come to the Quest in the back half of this year. That timing could line up perfectly with the release of the Quest 3, and what's expected to be a major jump in onboard graphics power. However, there's no indications precisely which Quest headsets could see support for Roblox. Meta declined to comment. Of course they declined to comment. On something as big as Roblox, they're not going to want to comment. It's like they don't want to comment on Minecraft, even though we do actually have Minecraft on the Quest now in the form of Questcraft. I would be really disappointed if Roblox ended up not coming to the Quest 2. I have very serious doubts as to whether it's going to come to the Quest 1, for reasons that will become obvious very soon, but not coming to the Quest 2 would mean completely occluding a massive part of the audience. The Quest 2 is still a massively popular headset, and not everyone is going to go and upgrade to the Quest 3 when they've just gotten a Quest 2, no matter how much more powerful it is. So them leaving out the Quest 2 would leave out a huge audience of people that are just either not willing to upgrade or just don't feel the need to upgrade, depending on what the specs on the Quest 3 are going to be like, even though they are seemingly going to be quite a bit more powerful. The Quest is already home to a bunch of user-generated projects like Rec Room or VR Chat. However, it's no secret that Roblox has an absolutely massive user base. And yes, you can already play Roblox in VR by connecting it to your PC and playing it like that. But the whole point of the Quest and why it's so appealing to people is that you don't need a massive gaming PC in order to play VR games on it. So Roblox coming to Quest Standalone is a no-brainer for the platform, especially with VR getting more and more popular. So yeah, there's a pretty large indication that we're going to be seeing Roblox on the Quest platform later on this year. But these are still leaks, they are still rumors, and nothing is official. Whether it's going to be after or before a Quest 3 release, we're not entirely sure yet, but it's still fantastic news. Let's move on to the next one. This one, slightly less happy. Quest 1 owners, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I think our time has come. And I'm saying our because I still use the Quest 1. It still works perfectly for me, but unfortunately, it looks like Meta is preparing to pull the plug on the Quest 1. Meta is ending updates for the Quest 1 this year and cutting the headset off from built-in social features. That last part annoys me. The updates, yeah, it happens to every device, but cutting the device off from built-in social features, I feel like that's kind of just, that's not cool. That's just not cool in general. An email from Meta with the subject line upcoming changes for Quest 1 revealed the changes for the $400 headset. We launched the Quest 1 over 4 years ago, and we are grateful to the Quest 1 community for pushing VR forward. As we look to the future, we remain committed to supporting the community of Quest 1 users and will continue to support the headset with a few changes. You will still be able to use the Quest 1 headset with available apps. We won't be shipping new features to the Quest 1. We plan to continue maintaining the system software with critical bug fixes and security patches until 2024. Quest 1 users will no longer be able to create or join a party. Quest 1 users who currently have access to Meta Horizon Home social features will lose that access to those features on March 5th of 2023. You won't be able to invite others to your home or visit anyone else's home. Owners of the original device will still be able to use the headset with available apps, but Quest 1 users will no longer be able to create or join a party. I feel like that's just unnecessary, that last part. I feel like, yeah, again, updates happen to every device. Every device has an end of life, but after that device has an end of life, it doesn't necessarily lose access to its social features. Older PlayStation devices, for example, can still access the PlayStation Network. You can still connect with your friends and play online with them if you're playing the same game. And while, yeah, you'll still be able to play available games, I do wonder what those available games are going to be. With less and less titles supporting the Quest 1 with recent updates, I do wonder how much time the Quest 1 1 seriously has left. I hope titles like Demio continue working on it, as that's mostly what I'm using my Quest 1 for when I'm playing multiplayer with people. So the Quest 1 doesn't seem to have a lot of time left. That is, of course, you will still be able to use the headset for PCVR. That's not going anywhere, so with the help of Virtual Desktop or Oculus Link, yeah, that's pretty nice. You will still have a PCVR headset, but for standalone, the device is getting slightly old now. With that being said, let's move on to the next piece of news. This one, happier, but for Quest 2 users. We're getting a pretty significant upgrade to the way we can use wireless PCVR. Intel's highest-end Wi-Fi chip can now directly connect to the Meta Quest headsets. Intel is now offering a new way to connect using its AX1690 Wi-Fi 6E chip. It has a new feature called Double Connect Technology, DCT, which lets the chip maintain 2 separate Wi-Fi connections simultaneously, and Intel has partnered with Meta to support DCT on the Quest. Your PC or laptop can directly connect to your headset while still maintaining an internet connection via your router. That is, of course, if you have this Wi-Fi card in your laptop. If you don't have it, well then of course you can't use the technology. Well, with that being said, you can actually upgrade your laptop's Wi-Fi card, and it's not entirely very difficult. So a lot of people could get this done. Unlike using AirLink or Virtual Desktop, you don't need to worry about being near your router for a good connection, and your PC doesn't need to be Ethernet wired. The results should be similar to D-Link's dongle, but without the need for an external device. And with support for the 6 GHz Wi-Fi frequency band, the Quest Pro has a 6 GHz antenna and should receive an update adding software support within a few months. Intel claims that the connection not having to go through a router reduces the latency by up to 20%. But the Virtual Desktop developer actually disputes this claim, so I guess it's depending on who you want to believe. I will probably not end up using this, to be completely honest with you. I've had issues with Meta's software in the past, and I just prefer hopping into Virtual Desktop, which has caused me no issues whatsoever. It's just such a stable piece of software that launches in the background on my PC every time I turn it on, and then anytime I want to use it, I just hop into the Quest and open Virtual Desktop. Again, it's worked for me, no problem, and I don't see any noticeable latency to my eyes. And I don't actually have a Wi-Fi 6E chip inside, do I? Okay, correction, I do have a Wi-Fi 6E card inside this computer. But yeah, it's still a nice feature to have, especially if it ends up reducing latency. With that being said, next piece of news. Here is a new prediction on the Quest 2's panels by, sadly it's Bradley, on Twitter. Update on the Quest 3 display prediction. It uses LCD displays with a resolution of 2064 by 2208 per eye, running up to 120 Hz at launch. Yeah, if this is correct, the Quest 3 is going to be a massive upgrade over the Quest 2. Now, sadly, it's Bradley's predictions have been pretty on point in the past, so I have no reason not to think that this will hopefully be correct. They are still predictions and they are still leaks, so nothing official yet, but if this is to be believed, I can kind of see why Roblox would be coming to the Quest 3 and be way more powerful on it. But yeah, I am super excited for the Quest 3, which will supposedly be our new standalone consumer headset with a consumer-friendly price, which will hopefully be coming later on this year. So there's a lot to be excited for this year when it comes to VR upgrades, VR accessories. 2023 seems to be a good year for virtual reality. Talking about new headsets and talking about this being a good year for virtual reality, Apple's headset is reportedly already in the hands of developers. We talked about Apple's VR headset in our last video. We talked about the specs, and a lot of people are very excited for the Apple VR headset, and then other people don't even think Apple should be coming to the market, as a few of their questionable ideas might get transferred into virtual reality. But apparently, that headset is already in the hands of developers. New reports suggest that the prototype models of Apple's mixed reality headset are now in third-party developers' hands. Speaking in his latest column, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman claimed that a small number of high-profile software developers have received the prototype hardware for testing. Gurman states that even though Apple is still resolving many kinks with the hardware, software, and its services, that's been done so developers can begin working on third-party apps. That's really interesting. So that headset already reportedly exists, and it's in the hands of developers. So that means it might be coming much sooner than we originally thought. But yeah, with so many split decisions on this headset, I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to think about it. Again, I don't buy many Apple products, but there's no doubt that if Apple were to succeed in this industry, other companies would follow. And we talked about accessories for virtual reality being pretty crazy this year as well. Check out Shiftall's Flip VR controller that frees up your hands when you need them. Shiftall is known for its upcoming ultra-compact PCVR headset, the Megan X, but it also plans to ship a VR controller. It's a transformable/adjustable VR controller that they showed off at CES of 2023, with no problem grabbing a drink or switching between controller input and hand tracking. The Flip VR controller is strapped to your hand. Its unique feature is that the controller panel housing can flip 180 degrees to free up your hands. With your hands free, you can use the keyboard, grab a drink, or check your phone without taking the controller off. You could even use hand tracking when future PCVR headsets support that. That's pretty crazy. I have had moments in the past where I needed to do something with my hands and they weren't freed up because I was holding a VR controller. So, I mean, it's a pretty interesting feature. Whether it's going to catch on and whether people are going to love it as much as you'd think they would, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We've got a lot of pretty interesting accessories coming up later this year, and that seems to certainly be one of them. That and more options are always good, especially when it comes to PCVR hardware. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you got what you came for. Let me know your opinions on all of these topics down below. I know I ask you guys to comment down below a little bit too much in these videos, so I've been starting to cut down on that and kind of say it towards the end of the video. It's completely subconscious, but I can see why it would get annoying. That's going to be it. If you guys liked it, please do leave a like. If you disliked it, I guess this button works too, but let me know why down in the comment section below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, check out our Discord and check out our Reddit down below, where I want to see you posting your spice memes. Thank you so much to the Patreon supporting this channel. You guys help me out a ton, paying my bills, paying my subscriptions, and helping me make these videos better. And as usual, if you guys want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.